Welcome back, children. Today we can see about how to create a text file. How can we create a text file? Last class we studied about file. File means it's a sequence of characters or data occupying in a named place on the disk. That is known as file. Python support two different types of files. What are they? One is text file and second one is binary file. Today we are going to study about how to create a text file. And I discussed in the previous class, for a file operation we need to use three different types of methods. One is to open the file, second one is used to write into the file, and third one is used to close the file. Open is used to open the file, write is used to write into the file, and close is used to close the file. Now I will show you how to create a text file. How to create a text file by using Python. So this file will be created in your secondary storage device. Now I'll open Python. First step, we have to open the file. That is the first step. To create a file, the first step, you have to open the file. To open the file, you have to use the method open. Now I am going to write, it is a variable name. File obj is a variable name. It's a user defined name. And this variable or this file obj or this variable is the string. By using this one we are writing into the file. File obj is a variable. This will be acting as an intermediate between actual file and the Python program. Using this object we are writing into the file. See that file obj equal to, first I told you have to open the file. So to open the file I am going to use the method open, and you have to mention the file name inside the bracket. So here I am going to give the file name as new file. You can use any file name. So here I am going to use the file name as new file.txt. txt is the extension. It's not compulsory to use the text extension always. So your file name is new file.txt. This file is not already existing in your system. So I am going to search it whether the new file.txt is existing here or not. New file.txt. New file.txt, it is not existing in my system. So here I am going to open this new file.txt which is not already existing. If the file is not already existing, then Python will open a new file with the name new file.txt. Right? If the file is already existing, then that file will be opened. If the file is not already existing, it will open a new file with this particular name, with the given name. And the second one is you have to mention the file mode. Second argument of the open method is file mode. Here we want to create a file. Create a file means something we want to write into the file. Some content we are going to write into the file. So to write into the file means the file mode will be W. So always write W inside the double quote. W in small letter, not capital letter. So new file.txt is the file name and W is the file mode. Here we are going to write into the file. So that is why I am using the W mode. Next, to write into the file we need to use the method write. That write is the method of the file object. Write is the method of the file object. Here the file object is file obj. That is a file object. File object dot write. Now you can write anything inside the bracket. It must be enclosed in double quotes. So I am going to write Python is a programming language. Yes. Now this is the content that we are going to write into the file new file.txt. Only one sentence. After that I am going to close the file. You can use the file object itself, file obj dot close. This is the way you can close the file. Yes, file obj. Now only 3 statements are there. When you run this program, the file will be created there. So once again go through the first statement. First statement is used to open the file. When you open the file, it will create a file object. Here the file object name is file obj. That is a file object name. This is a user defined name. Using this file object only, the other operation, any other operation you are doing on the file by using this file object. And using the open method, inside the open method 2 arguments, one is the file name and second one is the file mode. And using the write method, you are writing into the file. Write method is a method of file object. That is why we written file obj.write content inside the double quotes. After that we are closing the file by using the close method, file object.close. So everywhere you use the file object name. So that means file obj is the file object name in my program. Next I am going to run this program. So when you run this program, you will not get any output because I didn't use any print statement in my program. I didn't use any print statement in my program. Now you can check it whether the file is created or not. I told you it's create an external file. It's create an external file. And what's the file name? What we are expecting here is new file.txt. So I am going to search it whether it is created or not. Just check it. New file.txt. New file.txt. See, you can see a file is created here. Now just open the file location. Now file location is the Python file path itself. It will be created in the Python folder itself. So this is the Python folder and that file created here, new file, it's a created here. It's a text file. That type is written here. It's a text file. Next is I am going to open this new file. I am going to open the new file. So just right click. I am going to open with Notepad. I just opened the file in Notepad. Now you can see the content which you written into the file is here. Now we can see the file is created. By default it is created in Python folder. So you just given only the file name. So by default it is created in Python folder. Now you can change the path. So I just want to create in D drive. So I am going to give the path here D:// D://. Now just run the program and check it whether it is created in D drive or not. Yes, we are not getting any output over there because we didn't use any print statement there in our program. Now go and check it. So here this is the D drive for me. It's created. You can see the new file is created here. New file it's created that you can open by using Notepad. I just opened that one. This is the file that is created. Right? Now I will open the same program once again. Here the file is created in D drive. Again I'll give a print statement also. You will get this as the output in your shell mode. File created message will be there in the shell mode. Now so when you create this, when you run the same program second time, just think about that. When you run the same program second time, again a file named new file.txt is created in D drive. And actually what is happening there means it's already in D drive, new file.txt is there. You can see it's already that file is created here in D drive. It's new file.txt is there. But when you run the same program second time, it will erase the entire content of that file. It will erase the entire content of the existing file. And the new content is written into that file. And the new content is written in, new content means this content will be written into the file. Otherwise, the same content will be displayed twice. That will happen in SQL. When you run your program once, it will writing the records into the SQL table. Same program, when you run it second time, the same record will be repeatedly written into the file. But it's not happening here. If the file is already existing, it will remove the existing content, and this content, new content, will be written into the file. I'll run the program and see then. It's created in D drive itself. You got the message file created in shell prompt, and just open the D drive. You can see your program there in the D drive. Yes, your file is there in D drive, new file, not program, it's a file. And just open it in Word file, Notepad. So you can see the content. It's showing only once. So that means the previous content is erasing. That is why Python is a programming language, is only once it's displaying there. So when you open a file in W mode, here the file is opened in W mode. I told you your file mode is W because you are going to write into the file. So if you open a file in W mode, the existing file content will be erased and the new content will be written into the file. Now, if you want to write multiple statements into this file, then I can write the statement like this here. So here you can see multiple text written into the file. Multiple contents are written into the file. Just run and see the program. See, I just run the program. You got file object method spelling. Yes, it's spelling is mistake here. File obj. Just run this program. You got the message and check it in the D drive. It's created. Open the D drive file. It's open here in Notepad. Multiple content. Python is a programming language. Python support two types of files. They are, whatever given is there, it will be stored in the text file. It is storing in a single line, not in multiple lines. If you want to store it in multiple lines, how it is possible? Can you say how it is possible? Yes, you have to use slash in here. So that will be displayed in multiple lines. Just run and see the answer. You got the message. Open the file. It's open in Notepad. Yes, the file's content is displayed in different lines. So that is all about creation of a the creation of a text file. This is the way you can create a text file. Just use three different methods. One is open method, second one is write method, and the third one is close method. During the Viva time, they will ask about the file mode. So when you open a file in W mode, the existing file content will be erased and the file will be opened as a new file. Write down that as the notes. If you open a file in W mode, the existing file content will be erased and the file will be opened as a new file. Okay.